Hi, guys. So today I'm just going to address the issue of you don't travel. Guys, don't travel. You need to travel more because you're xenophobic because you don't travel. That time I've been to so many countries, I don't even know what's the idea behind people claiming that we don't travel. I mean, literally, my passport is full now and I just got a new one. So I just want to highlight the fact that for a person who actually does travel, they would tell you that when you're traveling, before you even start to travel, you need to have your compliance in order. You can't just wake up in the morning and say, hey, I'm going to this place, unless you're traveling to a visa free country. But even then, you still have to have your passport. You still have to abide by some of the laws because some country would require you to be immunized, etc., etc. And you wouldn't just walk into the country without knowing the rules and the laws of that particular country. So I'm very flabbergasted by people saying that people asking for illegal immigrants to leave the country don't travel when it's actually the opposite. Because a person who does travel knows that you have to have your documents in order for you to travel. I don't know where you guys get these funny things that you say on social media. Very strange. And then I also saw somebody saying that the issue with Jacinta is that, oh, she just speaks from the heart. She doesn't give facts and stuff. Because I guess you guys want me to do this animated stuff where, like, the Mukwetas of the world, this, and I go on a Google meaning and definition, and I go on Google and I screen grab it and I go, do this means this, that. I thought that was easy for everyone to do. I mean, we all have Google, guys. We're in 2025. Everyone can Google. But since you guys want me to Google and share Google information with you and not real life actual things that I experienced to know firsthand, I thought I'd go something that maybe you guys would actually find interesting. Now, there by Google, I decided that since people think we don't travel, and that's why we are talking about illegal immigrants, etc., etc., maybe we should look at other countries and their status on illegal immigration and their stand when it comes to illegal immigration. I mean, if it's xenophobic in South Africa, surely it's xenophobic in every other country, right? I mean, why would South Africa want to get illegal immigrants out the country when other parts of the world or other parts of Africa are saying illegal immigrants are welcome? So I'll try and be quick. I'll go to our favorite countries, those that are here in numbers, like in millions. I'll go to those quickly. Starts with Zimbabwe. Well, Zimbabwe has an Immigration Act 402, and it says that it classifies individuals who are in Zimbabwe without a permit, without a passport, as prohibited persons and illegal foreigners. They are classified as illegal, undocumented, blah, 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 with you people trying to sound politically correct. In Zimbabwe, you are called an illegal foreigner if you're there without your passport, your ID, and you are there and you don't have a permit to be in the country. And it says that the punishment for this is actually you being deported, you can be fined, and you can actually even go to prison for being in the country illegally. Let's go to Malawi. In Malawi, they also have an Immigration Act, and the Immigration Act that individuals who are in the country are considered illegally are considered to be prohibited immigrants. And if they enter without a valid ID or passport, they are immigrants, and that they are not allowed to enter Malawi, even if you are there and they give you documents, right? You are still considered to be an illegal immigrant if you are in the country for economic reason, educational reasons, and for healthcare grounds. Sounds familiar? Yep. Well, in Malawi, you're not allowed to enter their country if you are there for those particular reasons, and you are labeled as undesirable and you are also ordered to leave, or you can also be detained for being in the country illegally. Then if we go to Mozambique, law number 23 of 2022 is what they use for illegal immigrants. And it says that anyone who is leaving or entering the country without authorization and a passport is considered to be in the country illegally, and they can be fined as well as thrown into prison. In Nigeria, they've got the Immigration Act of 2015. And this act says that illegal immigration is anyone who's entering the country illegally or who's overstayed their visa, which means you need to have a visa in order to go to Nigeria. And if you do that and you go to Nigeria and you don't have your visa, you don't have your passport or your documents to allow you to be there, you are considered to be an illegal immigrant. Fines that you get are you get a penalty, you get deported, and guess what? They can also ban you from ever coming to Nigeria again. Whew, the xenophobia is so deep. My gosh. Then in Ethiopia and Somali, well, they apparently don't have like any particular rules that term illegal immigration, because they don't even consider it to be a thing that's even possible in their country, because you are not even going to enter Ethiopia or Somali without proper documentation. And foreigners who have overstayed or they illegally are dealt with, and they are also fined and they are put in. But that's just for the Foreigners Act, that in case they're doing some criminal activities, but nothing specific to illegal immigration, because you wouldn't even try. That's what their country is saying. You wouldn't even try and be an illegal immigrant in our country, because boy, we're going to deal with you. And then in Congo is the Foreigners Act of 1996, and that one says anyone who's in the country legally or has an expired visa or permit is considered to be an illegal immigrant, and this can lead to punishment. And it can also lead to a person being deported, and their term of imprisonment is 5 years in prison if you are in the country illegally. So dare enter Congo illegally, and you will be in jail for 5 years. So there they will fine you 1 to 5 million Congolese franc. And that's how much you pay for being in the country illegally. Now, I want all those people who are saying that South Africans don't travel and that's why we are xenophobic, for asking people to be in our country illegally and asking foreigners, whether legal or illegal, to behave themselves in the country and not come here and demand things and behave in certain ways and commit crimes, to explain to me, where do they get the idea that when you want the laws of your country abided to, that you are xenophobic? And then they say you're not xenophobic to illegal immigrants, you're xenophobic because you don't like foreigners. Listen, none of us are in this for feelings, ne? We're not here because we're trying to feel a certain way about people. So there's no xenophobia in this. It's the law. That's it. And the law is the law. Because you're also telling us about foreigners, and foreigners in South Africa, if you know the Immigration Act, you would know that they are supposed to have medical health care. If they're here in the country, they're supposed to have permits. They're supposed to, even if they're here, like in countries from the SADC region, that they don't have to be here with visas. When you come here, you are supposed to stay for 90 days, get a stamp, and go. Getting a passport is a travel document. It's not a document to allow you to stay in South Africa forever and have babies and get schools and get welfare and get all these things. That was meant to say, guys, we are traveling. We are in the SADC region. You might need to be here for something for 90 days. Come, stay those 90 days without hassle, do that business deal, and go back home. It's not supposed this 90 days is not supposed to warrant you to things or to a nice life or to tell us that Africa is for Africans. South Africa is for South Africans. South Africa is not a continent. South Africa is a country in Africa. As every other African country that I've listed has their own acts and their own laws, and you are expected to respect them. Why is it only South African laws that you respect? Because you don't respect us. And you want to feel bad for you because of economic situations when your own country has laws that ban us from going there if we want to be well off. Because you know that one day, it's what you always say, the situation can turn around. Now, let's say the situation turns around today and South Africa is in a worse off state than all these other countries that I've mentioned that have laws against immigration. Are you telling me that you're going to ignore those laws that you've put in place and just welcome the whole of South Africa because we are African? You know very well you won't do that. You just want to come into South Africa because right now you need South Africa to survive. And once that honey is done and you go back to your countries and we need you, you're not going to return that favor. That much I know. Because even during apartheid, you keep saying apartheid, apartheid. In apartheid, there weren't millions and millions and millions of people flocking to one country. Now you're telling us that all 17 countries can come in here because a few countries helped us during apartheid. Why don't you bring few people, refugees in them, a few of them, and then there must be a limit in Akon? Now you want to tell us it's because of apartheid. You weren't helping us so that you can one day remind us that we helped you. Now you must help us back. Now you owe us. That's not how you help someone. And you were not helping all of the South Africans. You were helping those who were there at the time. And they were living in refugees as refugees, not this thing of owning shops and wanting schools and wanting free things and wanting freedom and entitlement and wanting everything that belongs to us. To us, you guys are not fair because you're not in South Africa because you're trying to improve yourselves. You are in South Africa because you want to take over South Africa. You're not here because you want to be here so that you can help rebuild yourself and fight your government. That's the truth. You know it. You are here because you want for South Africans to be replaced by you in South Africa so that you have more rights. That's why you're building your little communities. You're not integrating with South Africans. You're not in South Africa to live in peace and harmony. No, you're taking over in little silos where you know that you want to dominate those places. That's why you're carrying guns. That's why you've got all these other things and you're carrying out criminal activities and you've got syndicates and syndicates because you don't have good intentions for this country. And that's why people like me make you angry because we know and we see right through you and what you're doing in our country. And then you have foolish South Africans who are fools who think that they see better than the rest of us because they want to speak nice when they don't know what's happening to the ordinary South Africans. Going on TikTok or wherever and going on Google and getting a definition of something doesn't make you smart. It means you just know where to find information that you need. People who are informed are people like me, who are on the ground, who know what is happening, who see it with our eyes, who've tackled the crime that you guys do, who are here in the country illegally. We've faced Inkabi that you bring and you use to hold those tuck shops and own them because you promise people money. And then you put our lives in danger and you threaten us and you tell us all these things about our lives. And then those woke people just sit on social media the whole day getting screenshots of nice things. And you South Africans fall for it. You as South Africans better wake up today. Wake up today. These people are not in your country because they want to make friends with you. They're not in your country to make friends with you. If they wanted to make friends with you, they would be adapting your culture or they're adapting your way of life. Let me not say culture because that's too extreme. They would be adapting your way of life. They are not doing that. They're introducing their way of life and forcing it to you. And you're saying, oh, xenophobia is a bad thing. Ethnic cleansing is also a bad thing. Ethnic cleansing is also a bad thing. Because one day I'm telling you, you'll be uncomfortable being a Zulu, a Xhosa, a Pedi, a Mtswana, anything that you are, you will be uncomfortable because they will make you feel like this is their country, therefore you need to be who they are in order to fit in. Why do you think you see so many people when there's a certain religion that's in that area? They start adapting to that religion so that they can fit in or they can get certain things because now they fit into that religion. Don't fall for this nonsense. South Africa must fight for South Africans. Guys, South Africans, vugani. Ngolokhu ngishilo nje vugani. The time is now. There's no better time than now.
You can't be a foreigner in Africa. Why South Africans are foreigners in Zimbabwe? If you can't be a foreigner in Africa, why South Africans are called foreigners in Nigeria? If you can't be illegal in Africa, why South Africans are called illegal immigrants in Mozambique? If you can't be a foreigner in Africa, why South Africans are called illegal foreigners in Rwanda?